Hi there, my name is Mark Benschop, and starting this Sunday right here on Safe TV Channel 2, I will be hosting a program called Team Benschop. All you need to know about the upcoming local government elections and our plans for this city. So tune in this coming Sunday right here on Safe TV Channel 2 and listen to what we have to say, because we win, you win.
You can stand under my umbrella.
Smell this, right? Smell though. And every day they're bringing this. Why rubbish must stay here? And the truck got to come down the one way, so you gotta move from the corner. And when you move, they want lock people up.
Team Benschop understands that vendors should be treated with dignity and respect. We will develop solutions that address the concerns of all citizens. Vote Team Benschop for Mayor. We win, you win.
Smell this, right? Smell though. And every day they're bringing this. Why rubbish must stay here? And the truck got to come down the one way, so you gotta move from the corner. And when you move, they want lock people up.
Team Benschop understands that vendors should be treated with dignity and respect. We will develop solutions that address the concerns of all citizens. Vote Team Benschop for Mayor. We win, you win.
Hi there, welcome to Team Benschop. Actually, it's Team Benschop, and there's a slight delay with the startup of the program. You know, this is, oh gosh, I've been away from television for how many years? You know, on and on as a guest somewhere. But gosh, this is like all new to me all over again. You know, you just got to start fresh again. All right, it's a live program right here on Safe TV, Safe TV 2. My name is Mark Benschop, so do call your friends, call your neighbors, knock on their doors, and tell them basically are here, Team Benschop, our team, definitely they're going to be here next week. But because of this inaugural program this evening, we're not going to be taking calls unless the operator says that, look, a lot of people are calling, they want to get through. We have no problem with that. But you know, we're giving you some time to call your friends and have them know that we're on live. Team Benschop, we're going to be telling you about our campaign plans, how are we going to approach in terms of the local government elections, which are scheduled for March 18th of next year. Finally, huh? Yeah. After 20-something years, we're finally going to have local government elections. And I know a lot of the young people out there, they're probably saying, what the heck? What are local government elections? Most of you guys don't know about local government elections. No fault of yours, mind you, right? Because we all know what the previous administration did in terms of not wanting to hold local government elections. The fact that we have a new government now, yeah, we do, right? We have a new government now, and they have announced a date for local government elections, and we just want to congratulate them for that. I think it's about time that people get an understanding that at the local government level, you can take control of your communities. You can take control of your city, whether it's Georgetown, whether it's Bartica, whether it's Linden, wherever. And we're hoping, you know, one of the things that we discussed, Team Benschop discussed with GCOM, is that we're hoping that the major parties, the ones in government, and the one in opposition, right, can take a back seat basically with regards to local government elections. We're not saying stay out of the process completely, but allow independent groups and independent parties and so forth and individuals in their respective communities to basically take control. Give young people a chance. You know, it's a chance that young people are going to have so that it can prepare them for the national level. This has not been the case for 20-odd years. And we're hoping at this local government elections that young people can play a meaningful part in these elections and possibly become, the majority of them becoming councillors and start from there. because many of you would recall years ago, even probably before I was born, Forbes Burnham, the late president, he was a member of the council. He was mayor also at one time, and a lot of other folks got that opportunity, and they all started off very young, right? So what happened to the young people these days? Can they become actively involved in the decision-making process of our country? Or are they only going to be used when it comes elections time, campaigning time, and so forth and so on? Look, I'm going to be very straightforward with you guys. A lot of you may say, or some of you may say, you know, what do you mean young people have been used? It's my view, right? It's my opinion. And a lot of people may very well agree that young people are always being used during the course of elections time, regardless of which party, right? Regardless of which party. Young people are always being used. This time around at the local government elections, we are saying, let the young people not be used, let them be placed in positions, decision-making positions, so that it can train them for future elections, and talking about national elections and so forth. And that is what Team Benschop is about. If you're now joining us, probably you heard, that elections are slated for, local government elections that is, are slated for March 18th, 2016. Okay, some of you might be saying, what the heck? Benschop is on a Sunday afternoon talking about local government elections. You guys are preparing for Christmas, right? I know you are. I just came back from Regent Street and those other areas, busy places out there in Georgetown. Not so busy, but we're hoping that it's going to pick up sometime tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday, and so forth and so on. All right, local government elections right around the corner. Team Benschop, we want you to vote for us. We want you to put us in there. We want to take over City Hall so we can offer something new, something fresh in terms of politics and the way the city is being managed. So that is why we have this program. It's going to be held once per week. That's every Sunday until elections time. So do put this down on your calendar. We're going to rock and roll with you. But for now, here's what we're going to do. Take a quick commercial break and come back, because remember, I've been away from television for a long time now, right? It's kind of like all new again for me. So I got to flirt with the camera. I got to not flirt with the operators, but the operators are doing their thing. I want to thank them very much. And those of you who are now tuned in, I want to thank you too. So maybe later on, if the operators say we can take some calls, why not? Let's entertain some of your calls. Maybe you want to pose some questions with regards to local government elections. You want to know. Team Benschop, and I repeat, Team Benschop is only participating, and I repeat, Team Benschop is only participating in Georgetown. That is it. We are not venturing out of Georgetown. Let the major parties, if they want to battle out of Georgetown, let them battle. But we are saying we are only in Georgetown. And Georgetown begins from Agricola to Cummings Lodge. Cummings Lodge to Agricola. That's Georgetown. That's what we'll be fighting for at the local government level. And so, hey, guess what? We're going to take a quick commercial break and be right back with the continuation of our program, Team Benschop.
Smell though. And every day they bringing this. Why rubbish must stay here? And the truck got to come down the one way, so you got to move from the corner. And when you move, they want lock.
Team Benschop understands that vendors should be treated with dignity and respect. We will develop solutions that address the concerns of all citizens. Vote Team Benschop for mayor. We win, you win.
Smell this, right? Smell though. And every day they bringing this. Why rubbish must stay here? And the truck got to come down the one way, so you got to move from the corner. And when you move, they want lock.
Team Benschop understands that vendors should be treated with dignity and respect. We will develop solutions that address the concerns of all citizens. Vote Team Benschop for mayor. We win, you win.
Welcome back to Team Benschop, and the operators, during the course of the break, they're asking me if I want to put on makeup, if I want a glass of water, and these sort of things. But they don't know I'm a veteran in this, right? They're young operators doing a great job. I must give them credit for that. A lot of our young people, talented young people throughout this country, sometimes all they need is just a break, right? And so we have to keep giving young people that opportunity, or the opportunities that are out there, instead of stifling them. And politically, young people in this country have been stifled. And I repeat, young people throughout this country politically have been stifled. We want to see more young people become actively involved in the political making decision, the process, as I've been saying. We want to see young members of parliament. We want to see young ministers of the government and so forth. And it doesn't matter which government is in office, they should have young people. Well, of course it matters for me which government is in office, right? But that's another story. We're going to stick to local government elections. And this program basically is that we're going to talk about it. A lot of you young people, and even some elderly folks, kind of younger than me, right, don't even know what local government elections are. And so the purpose of this program is to just walk you through and let you know what local government elections are. To begin with, you vote for a mayor, you vote for councillors in the RDC and so forth and so on. But we're talking specifically about the municipalities. In Georgetown, you will get that opportunity to vote for a party or a group or an individual, that is, to contest the local government elections. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because it's something that I've been trying to hammer home for over 15 years, that the time has come for Guyanese to vote in their own mayors. For example, in Georgetown, how it's being done. You, the people, don't get that opportunity to vote directly for your mayor. For example, New York City, the people they walk into that voting booth and they vote for their own mayor. They vote for Bill de Blasio, they vote for Giuliani, they voted for Giuliani, they voted for Mike Bloomberg, or whoever, right? In Guyana, I say it is unfortunate because to me that is not real democracy. When people do not get that opportunity to vote their own mayor. So what happens is, a political party goes up. For example, Team Benschop is going up. We are running in all 15 constituencies. And again, Georgetown is comprised of 15 constituencies, starting from Agricola, and it ends at, where is it? Cummings Lodge. So that's Georgetown. Within that area, they have 15 constituencies and one councillor per constituency. That is how it's done. 2 councillors, as a matter of fact, because it boils down to 30 councillors. I know it's confusing, right? But 30 councillors. Whichever party or whichever group ends up getting the most councillor seats, then the councillors, with a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, or Milo, or Kool-Aid, they sit around this horseshoe table and they decide who is going to be the next mayor of Georgetown. That is how it's done. That, to me, it's not a fair process, because the major parties, the leadership of that party or those parties, they already decide who they want as the next mayor. You wouldn't know. They wouldn't tell you who they want. But yet they're telling you that it's a democratic process, that you vote for your councillor. And then they dictate to your councillor who the major parties want to be the mayor. I mean, gosh, I know it's complicated, but Team Benschop, we want to make it less complicated for you. So when you walk into that voting booth, you vote with your index finger, right? Which is another something that we've been trying to get rid of, voting with ink and piece of paper and push it in a ballot box and these sort of things. It's old, it's outdated. And I understand that our president